Hey guys, it's Christian here from SolidWorks Solutions. In this video I'm going to show you how to create a 2D footprint of the part that you can see in the screen over here. This ties in nicely from the last two videos that I've done, where I showed you how to add manufacturing data, also using the same example as you can see in your screen, and how to associate or how to create and associate a 3D part to that manufacturing data. So this week we're going to take it a step further and we're going to associate a 2D footprint to the actual manufacturing data that we've created in the last two videos. Now, why do you want to use a 2D footprint? They're mostly used in cabinet layouts or 2D cabinet layout designs. So if I just show you an example, as you can see over here, if you don't have the 3D environment of SolidWorks and you're only using the 2D electrical environment, you can still create a layout of your cabinet like so. Our aim is to create one of those 2D footprint symbols ourselves. So let's go ahead and go into SolidWorks Electrical. And I don't need to start a project. I'll go straight into my library here. And let's just have a look first at the manufacturer's manager. I go to filters, filter on my own user library. And you can see I've got my part over here that I've created. Now, if I just double click here, I showed you how to create a line diagram symbol. I also showed you how to create a 3D part symbol. And I showed you how to create a schematic symbol. Now, what we're going to do now is we take it one step further and we're going to create this 2D footprint. As you can see, if I click on here, SolidWorks Electrical has already, by default, out of the box, a large amount of 2D footprints associated to it. Now, if you don't associate a specific footprint to the actual part, as you can see over here, because there's nothing associated to SolidWorks Electrical will take this generic part and will place that in there. Now I'm going to show you now how to create your own one. So we will go straight into the 2D footprint manager, and I can look into my class, but there is nothing there yet. Now you've got two ways to go about this. We can create a new one ourselves, and you have to start your own sketches and start sketching the geometry of the actual part, or you can import a DWG file. Now, in previous videos, I showed you guys that you could go to tracepartsonline.net and we could grab 3D manufacturer's data and a 3D geometry part from this website. I can now also, I looked again on the part number here that I grabbed from the data sheet. I can simply now also go in here and select 2D AutoCAD DWG13. If I select this file, it will download a zip file, save that to your hard drive where you can find it, and you actually have a 2D footprint available for you. Now, once I select this, the website will automatically ask me what kind of view I want. Do I want a front view or an isometric view? Now, for our 2D footprints, it's important that we select the front view over here, so that we have the screws and everything, we can see that. So I've done this already. So I'm just going to drop this down here. And back in SolidWorks Electrical, I now go to import DWG files. Now, as you can see from the last videos, hopefully you can see the pattern here, that importing a DWG file for any library part is the same. If it's for a 3D or if it's for a title block or for a symbol or for a footprint, it's always the same wizard. So we're going to simply click on Add Files. I've got my front view over here. Open that up. Click Next. Select the import configuration. Click Next. Now here comes the important bit where we can actually assign it to a library and a class. We do this so that we can easily find our part. So I'm going to select this here. I got a nice preview now as well. So I'm going to select Contact as Relay, and this is a power. And the library is going to be my own user library. So the one over here. Okay, There's no need to convert any attributes, so we can click next. And we don't need to save this import configuration. Now once we finished, we can see our preview over here, again between square brackets, which means that SolidWorks Electrical is showing the file name here. Now we don't want the file name, so we can double click on it here and add it, but before I do that, I'm just going to close this off. Go back to my 2D footprint manager and right click and go to properties. So what I want to do here is I want to show you guys how to add your own root mark. So this is going to be K. Manufacturer is going to be Schneider Electric. My part, here I can already assign it to a part. Now remember, I've already created a part for it, so I can just simply select my own library, select the part and click on select. And now this symbol is associated to that part. So as soon as we place that part in our 3D environment, it will automatically associate this symbol here. Also, of course, if we associate this part to a symbol as well. Okay, so it's going to be cabinet layout footprint. This looks all pretty good, so I can now simply accept that. I forgot to give it a description, I see now, so go back in there and add a description. And what I will do here is I will just simply use the same description as they've done from here and paste that. I always like to add my initials so that I know I customized it. And now you can see it uses the name of the description. Now, as I showed you before, what I can do now, or what we can do now, is we don't need to add any attributes here. It's not necessary because it's a 2D part or a 2D footprint. But as you can see, we've got a couple of lines here in our screen that we need to clean up. So we can now simply go ahead and clean this up, and it will save you a bit more time, because otherwise you had to sketch this geometry all by yourself. So to clean up, we go to drawings. We can select the trim tool here. Maybe we select this edge here and that one as our trimming boundaries. And then just simply click the lines and get rid of them. Now we do the same for the other ones. And you don't have to do this. If you're happy with this view over here, that's fine. But there are options for you here to further clean up this part. Now that's it for this week's video. And see you guys all next week.